Hi, my name is Hussein Hamadi, and the topic on my 4 minute speech is how basketball changed my life. So, growing up, I didn't really play any kinds of sports or anything. I was mainly addicted to video games, and I would play outside. I'll obviously, hang out with my friends, walk to their houses. But really, I didn't really get into sports up until I was in seventh grade, middle school, and I was around 12 years old at the time, and I was still addicted to video games, always addicted, and my grades in school were dropping. So one day I got my report card, and it wasn't the best report card. So my father wasn't too pleased with my report card, so he was like, I'm gonna have to take away your PlayStation and your games until you get your grades back up. And obviously that hurt me for a little bit because like you said, when you love something so much and somebody takes it away from you, you're gonna be sad for what I'm saying. So that goes along. I started just going to school, and around Christmas time comes along, and my mom tells me you're not gonna get anything too special for Christmas because you didn't really do good on your report card and whatnot. Anyways, so Christmas comes along, and I thought they were lying, and oh my god, parents sometimes can lie, and they end up doing the thing that you want to do. So I actually wanted another video game for my console that was around $60 at the time. So Christmas morning comes along, that time of year. Pretty sure it was like 2015, if I can remember. And there was a basketball, the shape of a basketball under the tree. So I'm thinking this could be for my brother, this could be anything. So anyways, my mom was like, this is the only gift you got today. So I actually opened it, and it turns out, to my surprise, I was actually right. It was a basketball. So at that time, I was very upset. Why'd you give me a basketball? I'm saying, this is not what I wanted. I don't care. I don't like basketball, blah, blah, blah. It's not my sport. 1, 2, 3, I don't care about sports, all that stuff. And then I went downstairs, I started crying, and then my mom was like, the reason why I got you this basketball is because I want you to try something new in your life. I want you to, get into sports. It's always good to be active and exercise and be healthy. And that was honestly probably the best thing that ever happened to me, because first I started watching basketball that year, and there happens to go a player named Stephen Curry, and he plays on the Golden State Warriors, a point guard, and he's won 4 NBA championships. And I started watching, and I started, he's a great shooter, so I started liking the way he used to play, and I was like, wow, watching basketball is actually pretty fun, I want to start playing it now. So I started dribbling the ball in my basement, because I had a decent sized basement, and I started dribbling the ball between my legs, and I wasn't the best, obviously. When you started something, you're not going to be the best. You got to practice. So I started watching more games. And then I fell in love with the game more, and I wanted to start playing it more, and start playing it more in gym and outside of school. And I'm like, this is actually very fun, and I loved it. And I in the span of 2-3 months, I've seen progress of me improving. I didn't know how to shoot and stuff at first, and now I'm starting to do all that stuff because of Steph Curry. And I've been playing basketball now for 7 years now of my life, and honestly, that could have been the best thing that happened to me, like I said. And now every day of my life since then, I've been playing basketball. I've been watching basketball, and it's literally my favorite thing to do in this life. It gets me away from stress. If I'm feeling down, feeling stressed about school, stressed about work, anything in life, I just go outside and I dribble the ball. I go play out. I go play at my cousin's house. They have rims. I go play indoors. Anywhere that has a rim, I just go play. I have a rim also myself. I go shoot on that outside. So basically, it's my life. It's my passion, and it changed me as a human being. Also, it got me out of trouble, because I used to be kind of a troublemaker. Always keeps me in shape. And honestly, my dream is to be an NBA player one day, and hopefully I can get an offer to some college. I continue to keep on playing and pursue my dream, even though I'm 19 years old. But anything's still possible, and it's literally my favorite thing to do. And you can You can tell just by the way I'm talking about this how much I love it, and it's crazy how everything happens for a reason in life, and that was my mother was the reason why I started playing, because if it probably wasn't for that Christmas, I probably would have never ever started playing in my life. But that was the best thing that could have happened to me. And ever since then, I really never ever played video games again. It's just mainly been basketball every day of my life. And, I'd rather do that than go to a party, you know, go out. I'll just rather play basketball and just work on my craft. And, I've been training ever since then and practicing getting better. And I still like to improve on things it's always nice to improve on things that you have in your game, because nobody's the perfect player or nobody's the perfect person. But at the same time, it's just whatever you love doing in your life, you just continue to go at it and chase the things that you love. And basketball is the one that is my number one thing to my heart, that I keep closest to my heart, because I love. Number one thing is God. I thank God, number one thing, from for blessing me the opportunity to play the game. And I feel like without him it wouldn't be possible, because I pray every day to him. And I thank him for giving me health and the ability to walk and run. Alhamdulillah, and hopefully, when I have a son in the future, inshallah, I can teach him how to play, and at a young age, which I wish somebody would have got me basketball at a young age, to be honest. But it's okay, because now I know. And I also went to a basketball game yesterday, the Warriors versus the Detroit Pistons, and that was very fun. And I've been to many NBA games, and I forgot to mention also, when I started going to NBA games, the actual Detroit Pistons games, and those were very fun, and it just made me fall in love with the game more. And amazing atmosphere when you actually go to a game and you hear the crowd, and it's just crazy, honestly. And hopefully everyone can find what they love, and this is what I love doing the most.